Lord Bruce, the floor is yours.
Good afternoon, and welcome to the webinar hosted by the Democracy Forum, which will consider the challenges that the rapid application of artificial intelligence is posing to widely held democratic norms. I'm very grateful to the team at the Forum for arranging this event to examine such a critically important topic and for inviting such an eminent group of contributors to participate on the panel. I look forward to the deliberations under the moderation of Humphrey Hawksley. There is little doubt that the wide-scale adoption of generative artificial intelligence has now permeated the political sphere around the world. An election database collated by the Swiss-based International Panel on the Information Environment reveals that in 2024, AI was used in 4 out of 5 ballots in 50 countries. Almost half of the incidents reported had no known source, while 70% were described as having harmful electoral consequences. In a paper published by the Carnegie Endowment for World Peace at the end of last year, the threat of AI to the functioning of democratic institutions is implicit, I quote, opening the door to misuse by enabling malicious actors to manipulate public perceptions, disrupt electoral processes, and amplify misinformation, challenging the integrity of elections, enabling further digital authoritarianism. At the AI Action Summit in Paris in February this year, the United States Vice President J.D. Vance exposed the existential issue underlying the control and regulation of AI, suggesting that the competition for technological ascendancy has now displaced the obligation of governments to regulate its misuse and inevitable social harm. I quote, "The AI future will not be won by hand-wringing about safety," he said. Essentially, the choice facing world leaders is, I quote, "not between the United States or Chinese AI dominance, but between technological sovereignty and digital colonialism," writes Mariette Schaake, Dutch politician and international director at Stanford's Cyber Policy Center. She adds, I quote, "The Trump administration frames the AI race as a competition between democratic and authoritarian models. Each trade confrontation should teach potential parties that today's commercial relationship can become tomorrow's coercive leverage." Indeed, Republican congressmen have sought to protect their tech industry from the responsibility for regulating potential harms released by AI by conflating the protective stance taken by the European Union, publishing a report in July entitled, I quote, "The Foreign Censorship Threat: How the European Union Digital Services Act Compels Global Censorship and Infringes on American Free Speech." And in an unprecedented response to the United States Congress, to the chairman of the Committee of the Judiciary, a letter signed by over 30 British and European academics makes the case for conscientious digital oversight in an open and reasonable attempt to permit the United States and the European Union to conclude a political agreement on the model of the Digital Services Act, the DSA, without invoking censorship. Instead, preferring that, I quote, "Neither will attempt extraterritorial application of its speech rules at the expense of the rights of either citizens," and concluding that, I quote, "Ultimately, it is up to tech companies to set their own contractual rules and then comply with local laws regarding illegal content." Copied into the letter, Congressman Jamie Raskin, a Democrat member of the committee, suggested that the solution palpably is transnational democratic solidarity, where people from all parties and countries who believe in democratic norms should work together. Well, I leave that idea for the panel to discuss, and thank you very much for deciding to join us today. And if you have any questions or comments, please pass them to the chair.